Breaking news just coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. A police party vehicle has come under attack from terrorists in Srinagar's Pantha Chowk area. Security forces have cordoned off this area for the moment. That's the input we're receiving from the valley right now. Try and get you more information on this story in just a bit. Terrorists have attacked the security forces once again in Jammu and Kashmir. This attack has been reported from Srinagar. This time a police vehicle has been attacked in the Pantha Chowk area. Once again, the security forces being targeted by terrorists. This at the back of reports that we have been playing out through the evening that about 450 terrorists may have entered from across the border from Pakistan into India. And there were reports that number of terror attacks could be on the rise in the valley. Khalid Hussain, WION's correspondent, is on the phone line with me. Khalid, give us a sense of this latest terror attack that we are reporting. A police party, we believe, has been attacked in Srinagar.
Well, what we have learned from the authorities that a police bus has been attacked near Pantha Chowk on Jammu and Kashmir National Highway. And 5 to 6 Jawans of Jammu and Kashmir police are dead or injured, and a few are critical. However, the whole area is cordoned off and search has been launched. Well, let me tell you the topography of the area. It's on Jammu and Kashmir National Highway, and very near is a PSF as well as CRPF camp, and as well as police.
All right, Khalid, hold on. We're getting some reactions from security forces. Let's listen in.
Please. अच्छा देखने दो इरफान कराम फोन क्या
where security forces have cordoned off the area. Khalid, coming back to you, we believe 6 police personnel have been injured and 1 head constable has lost his life. We'll try and reconnect with Khalid Hussain in just a few moments. But in the meantime, these are the latest visuals coming to you from Srinagar. This attack has been reported just a short while ago in Pantha Chowk area of Srinagar. This according to the police when terrorists opened fire on a police vehicle in Srinagar. These reports coming at the back of another report that WION has been playing out, saying that more than 450 terrorists may have infiltrated into Jammu and Kashmir from across the border. And in view of that, the security forces are on high alert, and perhaps this attack in some way connected to that. But too early to say that. Right now, what we do know is 6 police personnel have been injured and 1 head constable has died. Khalid Hussain is back on the line with us. Khalid, give us a sense of what exactly is the situation on the ground. We are also hearing reports that 1 head constable has lost his life in this terror attack.
Well, it was an attack on a police bus which was coming from Devon towards Srinagar, and it was attacked at the Pantha Chowk, which is Jammu and Kashmir National Highway, and very nearer is the BSF as well as CRPF camp, and as well as Jammu Kashmir police 1 battalion is out there also. So the bus was carrying the police Jawans towards the Srinagar, and when it was attacked by the militants. Let me tell you, there was an input with security forces from last 24 hours that the Jash group, which is roaming on the outskirts of the Srinagar, may attack some security establishment, and the input comes through here. Well, we see that they attacked the Jammu and Kashmir police bus, and the whole area is now cordoned off because it's a very sensitive area. As I told you, that BSF as well as CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir police establishment is there. So the search has been, massive search has been launched in the area to manhunt the attackers, because if they enter some of the security established, that would be a big then. But otherwise, we have learned from the GCP. He told us that it was a hit and run case when the militants attacked on a moving bus and then they ran away. But a manhunt has been launched for the for the militants who have attacked the bus. This time the full area is cordoned off and search are going on.
Right, Khalid, this attacks also come at the back of reports that we at WION have been playing through the day today. That reports suggest 450 terrorists at least would have crossed over from across the line of control into India. So is there a sort of a, extra, an alert sounded off in view of this information? We do know there is massive security presence as it is in Jammu and Kashmir, but in view of this latest report, have there been some extra deployments or high vigilance in certain areas?
Well, as I told you that it was already an input to the security forces, and from last 24 hours, we have seen a lot of nakas and checkpoints established by the security forces to avoid any untoward incident. And Srinagar city was put on high alert by the security forces. That few days back, IGP itself told that a big group of Jaish-e-Mohammed has infiltrated the site, and 3 of them has attacked in Pulwama, and 6 who have been distributed in 2 groups. One is in South Kashmir, and one was told that is in the paraphrase of Srinagar area. So this is an indication that it may be the Jaish group, which, according to the security forces, was roaming on the outskirts of Srinagar and was to attack any security establishment. And this attack comes here when we see that a police bus has been attacked by the militants. So this time the Pantha Chowk and the surrounding areas has been cordoned, search has been launched. But what
all right, Khalid, hold on the line. Mr. SP Vaid is joining me. He's the DGP of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Can you tell us a bit more about what exactly is going on the ground, the casualty numbers, and what's the situation there?
The JK Armed Police bus was going from Pantha Chowk to Zevan Armed Police Complex. From inner lane, the terrorists have fired on the bus. 4 jawans were injured. They were shifted to hospital. One of them, unfortunately, has martyred.
All right.
The senior officers on the spot, the reinforcement has been rushed. We are looking into various aspects of the attack here. Thank you.
Right. DGP, Jammu and Kashmir Police, SP Vaid, they're giving us a brief of what's actually happening on the ground. WION's correspondent Raghavendra Rao is also joining us over the phone line. Raghavendra, give us a sense of what information are you gathering. We were just speaking to DGP, Jammu and Kashmir Police. He said the situation seems to be under control. There's extra vigil and they're trying to nab these people who are behind this attack, terrorists who are involved.
Well, it seems to be a clear case of an ambush, Sana, and the information we are getting from Kashmir right now suggests that this party was going in this police party rather was going in a bus when it came under attack from these terrorists. Now, from what we are hearing from our sources in Kashmir is that almost 7 to 8 of these police personnel of the J&K Armed Police have been seriously injured. One of them has been martyred, and the Rashtriya Rifles, the Ghatak squad of the Rashtriya Rifles, the commando platoon of the Rashtriya Rifles has already been sent to the spot where this has happened, and there is an apprehension that many of these terrorists could be lurking around that area after having committed this attack. So it is going to be a long night ahead for these Rashtriya Rifles commandos, as they will be combing these areas to, nab these culprits. But yes, on the face of it, it seems to be a case of a well-planned ambush.
Right, Raghavendra, as we've been pointing out, there are also reports that more than 450 terrorists would have crossed over from across the border into India, and tomorrow is also Eid, so the situation seems to be very critical as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. Any sense that you're picking up from your sources you might have been speaking to about the situation on the ground in view of that particular report?
Well, absolutely, and the fact that Eid is to be celebrated tomorrow is one of the primary reasons why there was an enhanced sense of security, particularly in Kashmir. But the fact that these terror groups are being directed and instructed in a way that they are under these instructions as to carry out strikes whenever an important day is approaching or a religious festival is approaching. And the whole idea behind these terror strikes, so to say, is to make their presence felt. They lie down for a while, they lie low for a while, and then out of the blue they strike the armed forces or the civilian police. And yes, there are also reports of massive infiltration having happened over the past few days as far as Kashmir is concerned.
Right.
So yes, Kashmir is going to be on a heightened state of alert for the next few days.
Absolutely. In fact, Khalid Hussain, our correspondent, is also on the line from Srinagar. Khalid, give us a sense of what's the mood on the ground at this point in time in view of the fact that tomorrow it's a big day, it's Eid, and we have seen these attacks increase in the last couple of days, especially attacks targeting security forces in the valley.
Well, there was an input that on and around Eid there may be a strike from militants, and that's why the south section of Srinagar was put on high alert. The security checkpoints were established at various places, but this happened at Pantha Chowk. And this time, if we talk about the spot, massive search operation has been launched, and now it's a joint operation of CRPF, Jammu and Kashmir Police, and Army, which are hunting for the attackers who have attacked their police bus. And as DGP said, that four were injured and one has come. But this is a very sensitive area, as I told you earlier, because adjoining to that area are few camps of BSF and CRPF, and as well as Jammu and Kashmir police lines. So the bus was coming from Pantha Chowk, and it was going towards the police lines when it came under the attack. And 5 to 6 police persons are dead or injured. One of them has come, and this time a massive hunt has been launched in the area, and it's been ascertained whether militants are still in the area or they have fled from the area. Because if they are in the area, that's a big concern for the security agencies. If they entered any security establishment, then it will be a big threat for the security forces, and security forces then have to work hard.
Absolutely. And Raghavendra, if you're still on the line with me, just yesterday there were reports that Jaish-e-Mohammed has taken the center stage in the valley, and more Fedayeen attacks can be expected in the time around Eid. Can you give us a sense of what exactly are you picking up? Because we just had a couple of days ago Fedayeen attack in Pulwama, and security forces were again targeted by terrorists.
Well, Sana, the specter of Fedayeen attacks has been looming large on Kashmir for a long time now, and Kashmir has been on the boil for the past few months, so to say. And the kind of activity one has witnessed from these terror groups, from these militants, it's on an all-time high. There are periods of lull in between, but those are periods which the security agencies don't take for granted, because those are the times when these militants, these terrorists, are trying to regroup and trying to arrange for their ammunition and all the arms they require to conduct these terror strikes. And this is precisely the reason why there is a heightened state of alert in Kashmir. All the army units deployed there, all the Rashtriya Rifles units deployed there, have been on a heightened state of alert. And the fact that these terror groups, as we mentioned earlier, they are under increasing pressure every day from their masters from across the border to make their presence felt in Kashmir. And this is precisely the reason why one hears of these attacks on the Indian Armed Forces, on the paramilitary, on the J&K police, on the Indian Army. And the fact that there are reports of massive infiltration having happened over the past few days, this is the reason for worry as far as the Indian security system establishment is concerned. But the authorities are geared up for the task at hand, and the fact that we recently witnessed.
All right. In fact, just for viewers who are just tuning in, visuals on your screens coming to us straight from Srinagar. where the quick reaction teams have reached the spot. A massive manhunt has been launched to nab the terrorists who are behind this attack. It seems an ambush where a security bus was the target. And in fact, what we're also hearing is that the BSF, CRPF, Jammu and Kashmir Police, they've all reached the spot. We spoke to DGP Jammu and Kashmir Police, Mr. SP Ved, a short while ago, and he told us the situation on the ground. He said that security forces have cordoned off the area and a manhunt is currently underway to nab the terrorists who are responsible for this attack. Now, we also know that one head constable has died. Others, 6 police personnel are injured of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. They have been moved to a hospital as we speak, and we will keep our viewers updated about the very latest information as it trickles in from Srinagar. With that, I'd like to thank my colleague Raghvendra Rao and our correspondent Khalid Hussain for joining us from Srinagar and getting us the very latest. Time for me to wrap up this edition of the broadcast.